Soon. And we are live, brother.
Mine's November.
Oh, okay.
November.
What up, family? Let's see now. Say something. Let me see. How you...
Jesus Christ on the motorbike, boy, you're loud. Jesus Christ, you're loud in my ear, boy.
All right. What up, family? I'm here with my man Jamal. This is one of my good friends, one of my best friends. And I really just want to show the world a perspective that he's been talking to me about. Not just him, quite a few brothers, single brothers. I know a lot of single brothers, eligible bachelors, that I don't want to say don't want to get married, just giving their perspective on why they aren't married. How old are you, Jamal?
I'm 43.
So he's 43. So to get started, tell us a little bit about yourself, and we're going to go from there. And then I'm going to ask you some questions.
So, we'll start, I guess, with my upbringing. I was raised in a two-parent household with my mom and my stepdad. I also lived with my father as well. He was a single male. So I got to see growing up structured household, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom, she was a stay-at-home mom. She took care of the kids until all of us got into school, and that's when she started working. But she didn't have to work. She had a choice if she wanted to work or not, right?
Yeah.
So I saw that. I didn't see domestic violence. I ain't never seen my mom disrespected. I've always seen my mom loved by a man, taken care of by a man, appreciated by a man. And at the same time, in return, I saw her love, love a man, respect a man, and appreciate a man as well.
So having said that, can you break down why did you mention that? You grew up in a two-family. Explain how growing up in a two-family household would affect your perception on marriage. Because I know me growing up in a single-parent household, it's something I always wanted because something wasn't there. Like me, marriage was like some dope shit, like Cosby Show, Steve Urkel. Like I just wanted to be married because I grew up without that two-parent household. So there was a certain amount of structure missing, a certain amount of love missing. So me, I was just like, I got to get married because I want that structure. Explain how I've heard a lot of brothers that I've talked to that grew up in a two-parent household have a different perception of just wanting to be married. Break that down for me.
Like you said, the Cosby's, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, stuff like that, right? To me, that was bullshit.
So that was that was how your mom and dad was.
Nah, that was fancy. That was fairy tale.
I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I hear I hear people say, "Man, Uncle Phil raised me," or Cliff Huxtable raised me,
mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, "Well, if Cliff Huxtable or Phil,
Uncle
Phil raised you, then why the fuck you didn't go to college?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck you out here, doing some bullshit?
Yeah.
Because apparently you wasn't listening to him either.
You know what? I hear a lot of people say that when Bill Cosby had gotten some shit. And you know me, I'm one. I feel like I wish niggas would have never got on TV, honestly.
Yeah.
Because all it does is give us a representation of us that's not realistic, like you said. But also, we on TV fucking up.
Well, it came with the 80s.
Yeah.
Because let's look at Sanford and Son, right? Sanford and Son was a great show.
Yeah.
He had a single dad raising his son. His wife had died. So he had to raise his son on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a junkyard, but it was his own business. He worked for himself.
Mm-hmm.
He taught Lamont to work for himself. Lamont ain't never worked for nobody else but for himself and his dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the Jeffersons. George Jefferson was in the Navy, got out the Navy, ended up getting his own.
I never realized that's why I love the show, but I didn't know he was in the Navy.
Yeah, he was in the Navy, got his own cleaning service and everything, used his GI Bill and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Guys moved to a penthouse in an all-white building.
Yeah. But look, let's not do this because I know we got off on. I want to get back to
no, I'm just saying though, because that's what I'm just saying.
It was bullshit.
It was bullshit because the real shit for me was like the Jeffersons.
Okay.
The real shit for me was like Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even what's happening was like kind of.
Because So let me ask you this. So you're saying that watching Will relationship with Uncle Phil and the Cosby, that wasn't realistic. So you're saying that I'm trying to figure out how does having a two-parent household make you not this? I guess I said it, I I wasn't around it.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
like,
it's like to me, being married with a deck and a house, it's like my dream life.
yeah. When I came
But
home,
that's not your dream life.
it's like this, right? When I came home every day from school, guess who was there?
Your mama.
My mama was there every day. I got to see my mama every day. My stepdad, I see him on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like we see him.
Yeah.
But it was like he went to work at 5 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
He'd get off at 5 at night. Then he'd go to his second job. He had his own business. So he'd go do his janitorial service at night.
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then on the weekends and during the summer, me and my older brother, we would go with him to help him with his business or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But Monday through Friday, we really didn't see him like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have all these cell phones and everything, so they missed each other.
So let me ask you something. Having said that, when you say stuff, I start analyzing. So having seen your father and your mother's relationship, and like you said, he was always working, always busy. The way women expect a nigga to be up under them now, is that something? Because I want to understand. I just want to ask you a few questions because I want to get into it. There's a lot of black men that don't see the necessity for being married. Not only being married, not having a girlfriend. Now, I'm joking, but I'm going to be real. You can buy pussy online and an escort to come to your house now. I seen a service, somebody sent me, it might have been you, the damn cleaning ladies come.
Oh, yeah. Remember I sent you that? Yeah.
Yeah, the damn cleaning ladies come in stripper outfits. So it's like, what about the whole idea of growing old or just companionship? What's up with that? Do you did you never wanted to be married or what? Because
I wanted to be, but
do you still want to be married?
If I can have my time to be my time
Uh-huh.
or whatever, and I'm not responsible for how the fuck you feel in your mind, then yeah, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
But I gotta be responsible for your feelings and everything now. Now I'm accountable for your feelings and your emotions.
And I understand that because with the status of the world and everything that's going on there, I know in my marriage early on, I had to confront Chris one day. She was like, "You don't miss me while you're gone, and you don't text me." I was like, "I don't miss you. I literally don't miss you." And she was like, "Why you don't miss me?" I was like, "Chris, I'm a school teacher. When I'm on my planning period, I'm getting in the car, I'm riding up the street, I'm sneaking to smoke some reefer. These kids were the last thing I'm thinking about is calling the woman I'm coming home to." So I realized in my marriage early on, the cell phone and the connectivity to each other is something that's hindering relationships because women are starting to want too much access and connectivity. But go ahead.
It's worse for single men though.
Yeah, go ahead. Break that down.
Because for single men, the woman wants you to give her a good morning text. She wants you to send her a good evening text. She wants you to like her pictures on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. Then she wants you to text her somewhere in between the day. Oh, well, if you got time, if you want somebody, you're going to make time for them. It's only 24 hours in a day.
So what you're saying as a single man, they expect more communication, and some of that shit you just ain't willing to do being a 43-year-old man who we grew up when there won't no cell phone. So we used to having to call and fucking do an emergency breakthrough to see is your bitch home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like I never thought about it like that. How much connectivity, how often. So what the dating scene? Do you date? Do you go out on dates?
Nah, man, that shit trash. Like, you know what? I'll say this, right? I'll go to coffee shops. Now break that down. This is what I do, right? Like, I'm not taking you to Ruth Chris. I'm not taking you to the Capitol Grill or any place like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna meet at a coffee shop or the park. Why? Because I want to know if I even fucking like you.
Yeah.
I might not even like you. And I'd be damned if I take you out to Ruth Chris or to Capitol Grill and I don't even like your ass.
So let me ask you something. The dating field has changed because, back when I was at, me and my wife got an open relationship and I can see women, but I don't have to fucking date. But as far as you said that with a boldness, back when I was in the dating game, men kind of led with, look, let's go out, let's go have a drink or something. So it's like you said that, like, I ain't taking no motherfucking drink going out. So to you now, if you meet a woman, you feel like the ball is so in your court and you're so not going to compromise that you like, let's go to the park first before I even spend a dime, or I'll buy you a fucking coffee before I, just to see do I like you. And if I like you, then I might take you out to eat.
Hey man, you feel like God, like God. You think God ever questions the earth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because you said that with such a boldness, and I'm like, women are really going for you taking them. I mean, like I always say, if a woman like you, she'll go anywhere you ask her to go. But so do you find yourself, are you online dating, or do you holler at women in public, or do you wait for just a good conversation? How do you even approach a woman?
It's
How
variables. It's variables.
Go ahead,
right?
break that down.
Because Brian was out with me, IB was out with me a couple of times, whatever. I'll talk to women. I'll meet women out. I'll meet women online.
Yeah.
I'll meet women like just in the middle of a conversation in a random
place. Because you very talkative. Yeah.
So I can hold the conversation.
Yeah.
But I always laugh because women say, "Oh, I want a guy that can hold the conversation," but they can't hold the whole conversation.
I have noticed that.
The conversation becomes about them and their family, and that they got kids, about their kids, and everything else that's boring as shit that I don't really give a fuck about right now.
It's almost like, I give you a perfect example. We all go out, our little crew, and you know how I be. I'm jumping around. I'm happy to be out, and they'll tell you I'm in all in women's face. I'm dancing, I'm hollering, I'm having a ball because it's like I'm a married man with a pass out, and I ain't really trying to take nobody home. I'm just seeing what my holler game is like. And I just watch you guys interact, and I watch how women interact with you. And I be in them, and I be like, why these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of these bitches be so bad. I'm like, did you get a number? You be like, no. I'm like, why you didn't get the bitch number? Like, and now you're saying, it's like, I will say sometimes, and even as a married man and talking to him, the conversation gets so boring, and it's like, hey, I'm married, right? You acting, it seemed like, is it like every conversation is like an audition to be your wife?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. I mean, like, okay. So when you go on a date, right? What are you doing? You're peacocking.
Yeah.
You're showing off your plumes, right? So everybody is showing off what they got to offer.
What they got to offer.
What they got to offer, right? I'm not gonna leave taking your ass to Ruth Chris or Capital Grill. I don't want you to have a presumptuation of what my income is, because guess what? I could be working a job making $20 an hour and go on 2 dates a month and afford to take a chick to Ruth Chris 2 times a month.
And she think you balling.
Yeah. I don't want you because you think I got something that you want.
So let me ask you something. There's some buzzwords that I find that I'm hearing. You hear, like, you watching these podcasts and you see just posts and whatnot. There's some buzzwords going around like 50-50 and high value. And so these buzzwords, do they interfere dating? Like, do you find these things coming up in the beginning of conversations? Like when you talk to them, well, would you go 50-50 or are you toxic? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of buzzwords that's coming out right now.
I hear it. I met this chick a while back. We went out to get coffee and everything, and I pay. I don't care. It's coffee. I'm $5. I'm not losing any sleep over a $5 latte, right? So she says she went for a wallet. She was like, "Oh," she's like, "Are you one of those guys that don't like it when the woman pays?" I looked there. I said, "No, I don't got a problem at all, right?"
Yeah.
So I called the waitress back.
So she already in her mind in a social media conversation in her head. Yeah.
But she didn't expect nigga like me. So I look at the waitress. I'm like, hey, come here real quick. She comes back. She brings back. I said, "Can I get that the receipt?" Right?
Yeah.
And she gives back to me the tab.
Yeah.
So I take my card out and I slide it over to her. And she looks at me. She's like, "Well, why'd you do that?" I said, "Well, it seemed like you wanted to pay. I don't want to
inhibit you paying.
Yeah, I don't want to invade your independence.
Yeah.
I don't want to hinder you from being independent."
Yeah.
I ain't heard from her about that.
So let me ask you something. This is where it goes a little bit left, or not left, but I ain't gonna say you're a wild nigga, but we go out and then I see how the women do. You got charisma. You just know how to talk to women. Uh how easy how is you fucking if you ain't taking nobody out on no dates? It's like how easy it is to get pussy? Like, is it just that easy now? That are they destined?
Because it's the women that you deal with, right? It's the circle of women you deal with.
Yeah.
I don't deal with broke women.
Yeah.
Broke women don't need shit from me.
Mm-hmm.
All they need from me is to be honest with them.
Yeah.
So when you're honest with the woman that's got her own shit, that's on her shit, right? She's like, I don't want a relationship. I just want to have somebody to have fun with or whatever, right? That makes it easy because now I can be upfront and honest. I'm honest with every woman.
Yeah.
But the broke women or whatever, I already cut them off. I already know you broke from your conversation. You want me to take you to Ruth Chris. If you can't go with me to a coffee shop on the first date and you think I'm supposed to, are you feeling entitled to go to this expensive restaurant?
Yeah.
In my mind, that you broke.
And she trying to evict somebody. Because she could have been, if she really trying to vet a guy and see if she like him, she can go where he decides he think is a good thing.
Yeah.
If she got to go to, that's what I teach my sons. If she got to go to a fucking fancy restaurant, she don't fucking like you.
Yeah.
It's almost like, okay, I'm using this nigga for a date.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just amazing to me. Like I said, I was talking to one of my homeboys and he was saying how, and he was just being real, and he was serious, and I kind of laughed. And when he explained it, I want you to explain, because you probably experienced it. I said, hey man, he said, man, my fucking video game. He's like, I got my socialness from my video game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He like, it's so many girls on the video game that he cool with, that he play with and shit. And he was just like, yo, between going to work, coming home, having a drink, playing this video game, he got chicks that he fuck with that come over. He was just like, women aren't just not necessary, man. Speak on that.
I mean, so I got my piece. My house is my piece. Like, it's me there. I don't gotta deal with anybody telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? When to do it, how to do it. I did something wrong. I did this wrong. Why you leave a dish in the sink? I don't have to deal with none of that, right?
Yeah.
I do everything on my time. So when you're out here dealing with women constantly and you have them living in your home, you have to deal with them and their attitudes and their behaviors. Now, I'm not saying this is every woman. So there's some women out here that understand this. And most of those women are married.
Mm-hmm.
Most of those women are taken. But the women that aren't taken, they're like the first piece of bread in the loaf. Everybody wants a sandwich, but don't nobody want them. They want to fuck them, but they don't want them because of their behavior. You want me to pay for this. You want me to do this. You want me to do that. But then you want to keep the same shitty attitude. Imagine your kid coming up to you, Javon, saying, fuck you, you ain't shit. And then turn around and ask you for $20.
You know what's funny though? And I will say this. Being a married man, me and Chris been together 17 years, and we've been through our ups and downs, but we've always enjoyed and loved and liked each other. And you get to see our relationship, one-on-one. And I mean, we call ourselves our little cookout crew, the people that come by here. And I can understand how in this day and era with the attitudes of women, because you see Chris is almost like the perfect wife. Me and Chris don't argue, and Chris understands so much, you know what I'm saying? And but that whole idea, I have a saying, it seemed like a man can wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm awake.
Yeah.
The car ain't break down and I got some food, so I'm happy. And it seemed like women wake up the opposite, like I'm woke and I'm upset unless somebody do something to make me smile, or if I ain't got something going on. So that general attitude of women is something that was the hardest thing to deal with in my marriage. Just seemed like you just never know if it ain't something great going on, if it ain't payday, if we ain't eating crab legs that night, or if it ain't something happening. You know, the word happening has a lot to do with the word happy. So I need something to be happening to be happy. So I can understand in meeting, but that's my wife, but in meeting black women in general,
Hey
how do you
man,
feel as far as their attitude and talking to them? And,
can I tell you something, bro?
go ahead.
It ain't just black women, man.
Yeah, because you date all races.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just black women. Like we like to put things like black women get a lot of flack. I'm gonna just say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest about this. Black women get a lot of flack over shit that all women do.
Yeah.
They always say, "Well, black women," but no, it's all women. It's just that there's such an abundance of certain groups, and then like when you look at the foreigners that come in, when we look at like the Asians or the Latins
Yeah.
or whatever, a lot of them that we come in contact with just got off the boat.
Yeah.
You know, but you start talking to those first, second, third generation.
They the same way.
They the same way.
Oh, of course. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that just in general of that's why we got a passport brothers movement. Niggas, they're saying American women. They're not saying black women.
Yeah, and
They're saying Western women.
And the thing I don't like.
Well, I'm just making a point.
I get your point. I get your point. But even the passport bros, like a woman is gonna be nice to you if she knows she's gonna get something in return.
That's it. Selfishly.
So like you got passport bros that send the women $500 a month in Indonesia, China, wherever. You know, they send these women $500. They see these women 2 times a year. I promise you can go anywhere in America, find a woman, say,
and they will do
$500 a month, and they'll see 2 times a year, and they gonna treat you like a king.
Yeah,
those 2 times when they see you.
Yeah, yeah. So you're right about that.
It's the perspective and the ideal, right? But at the same time, a lot of the behaviors that these women are exuding are because of men.
Yeah, you know what, Jamal? It's funny that you say that because it's like me and my wife, we have so many conversations, and we was talking the other day, and I was saying, Chris, you're incapable of love. Women are incapable of love, and they don't really understand it. And she's like, "What you mean?" And I started breaking it. I was giving her an example. I said, "Women be in their feelings so much that it's hard to make decisions that a person that loves you should make." Yeah. Like teaching your children to eat your vegetables is a loving thing, should be done out of love. But if you in your feelings and you can remember your mom made you eat vegetables and you ain't like them and you'll let your kids eat pizza and hot dogs every day, I said, do you really think that's loving your kid? Or are you raising them based on your feelings? And she got to really thinking about it. So it's like a situation where it's like, it's so prevalent that women are selfish now. When I got married, I didn't know women was as selfish. Social media wasn't as big. You just knew when you did. It's almost like this shit that y'all see women say and the shit that I see women say and the attitude that they have. I'll give you a perfect example. And I'm going to ask you, how does this go in the dating field? When Beyonce said, all my women are independent, it's like women that paid their own bills, did regular shit, felt empowered, an attitude for you pay your fucking bills too, right? You see what I'm saying? So are you what are you encountering about women that, because to me, women are fucking pleasant. Women are pleasant, and I love to be around them. So I would be thinking that you would be dating. Are you dating a lot? Do you have a lot of, I ain't talking about fucking.
No.
Are you missing the company? They just so fucking pleasant to be around to me.
They're pleasant to be around until you say a trigger.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, like I don't bite my tongue.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll say whatever it is. And whether you like it or not, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. If you got an issue with something I say, because I don't know, I just met you.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to you with you and Pookie or you and Johnny Boy over here. I don't know that part of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So we could be having a conversation and I'm talking about how women are towards men, right?
Mm-hmm.
About men with money and all this stuff, right? Now she's triggered because of her last relationship, she was dealing with a broke dude. I say women to choose men that have poor morals.
So let me ask you this. I have noticed in life, certain women, in certain situations, women. How I talked to my man Charles Coleman, and he was like, when a woman see you don't need them for nothing, they kind of like lose interest. Meaning, he said he feel like women of today want to be needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, want a nigga that had to move in with him. Like, he said every time he gets serious with a woman, she want him to move in. And he like, nah, move in with me. You know, I got a place. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you feel about when you meet women and do you feel like you having and not needing them for money and anything the same way you know how they have this attitude of men are intimidated by me because I got my shit together?
I agree with that, because it's the same way when it comes with men that have their shit together versus women. You got to understand, again, he's talking about broke women. Broke women are intimidated by a man who has this shit together. Why? Because they don't have their shit together. Think about this, right? I go to the gym 6 days a week.
I call him Billy Brolick now. He is really on. He's inspired me. I'm down 20 pounds because of this nigga. There's no way I can let this nigga come over to my house and the first thing he walk in and be like, hey, look, Chris, I'm slimming down. I'm muscular now. I said, Chris, when Jamal come in, he's going to say something about his gym membership. But go ahead, break that down.
So that means I have consistency. I have dedication.
Yeah.
I have discipline.
Yeah.
That means I'm not just going to deal with any shit that you throw at me.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, because one thing I do know in me and Chris' relationship, I was joking on Facebook. I weigh 7 pounds less than I weighed on today 10 years ago, you know, and it was like I was more cut or fit. But the point I'm making was Chris ain't gonna let me get fat, and I'm not gonna let her get fat. And we arrogant, so we always gonna be able to work out together and jog together and do things together. Now we got into kettlebelling and shit. So we'll switch up. Is it hard to find a woman that want to go to the gym with you, or do you ask? Or
man, it's hard to find a woman that want to go outside in the heat with you. People like, maybe let's go take a walk in the park. It's too hot outside.
I swear to God, I made a joke on Facebook, and I would probably say something. Women don't think they supposed to get fucking wet, man. They like drop me off at the close to this. I be like, God damn, you don't think you should get wet? When me and Chris pull up anywhere, she's so cold. She want to wait for me to do everything, because she want to get out the car at the last fucking second, you know. And I just open the door and she's like, close the door. I said, God damn, you from New York? Do you think you ain't supposed to ever get cold?
Did she ask you to get wet? Did she ever ask you to pull to the front of the
Of course.
I mean, I drop me off and then go park.
Yeah, I do that. And you know what's funny? I made the joke is I do that because that's what they say men supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? But I was joking like, your ass finna get fucking wet next time.
Yeah.
Think about us as humans. Motherfucker don't want to be hot, don't want to be wet. So break that down as far as get more into what do women want to do besides go to the movies and go out to dinner?
I don't want to do shit. I mean, look. Growing up, my mom was swimming. My mom, you know, she pushed my stepdad. She's like, you need to get up and go walk. Let's go walking and everything, right? Like she would always push him. Why? Because she understood one thing: if he's not healthy, we're not healthy.
Yeah. She makes sure that motherfucker working that's check. You know what? I never thought about that.
If he's not healthy, we're not healthy. If he has to lay out of work for 2 or 3 weeks, that's money missed.
Yeah.
That's money that the family needs in order to function.
Yeah.
So what did she do? She made sure he had 3 hot meals every day. She made sure that he would exercise. She
Mm.
made sure he go get his checkup at the doctor and everything.
Yeah.
She always asked him, is everything all right? She was there to make sure that he is okay.
So let me ask you this. So therefore, when you was talking about earlier, when you was talking about growing up with two parents in the household versus me growing up with one parent in the household, I idolized the idea of one day I'm gonna be a married man. I'm gonna be grilling out on my deck. I'm gonna get the big piece of chicken. I ain't gonna have to wash no dishes. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped at the chance when I met Chris as a good woman to get married. You see what I'm saying? So break that down even more, like you was just saying. Your mom, you looking for a woman that's somehow letting you know that she's motherfucking concerned about your health and welfare.
I mean, like, we all want people that's gonna be there for us. I mean, whether it's your friends or your companion, you want somebody that's gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, basically making sure that you're okay.
Yeah.
Every now and then, hey, you know, is everything all right? You want to talk about something? You got anything on your chest or whatever?
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to talk about no bullshit. I don't give a fuck what Chuck did at the office.
Yeah.
Chuck do the same thing every week. You always talking about it. You pissed off, leave your fucking job. I don't want to talk about your office. Let's talk about some other shit, right? But let's miss each other throughout the day. I don't need to text you, because if I text you all day long when I get home, what the fuck is there to talk about? Now, you got some men that think, I get married, I get a wife, I ain't got to cook, I ain't got to clean. Let me be real with y'all. My stepdad cooked, he clean, he just a shitty ass cook. My mom was like, get the fuck out the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he tried to help in his own way.
He tried, you know, especially like when my little brother and sister came along and my mom got pregnant, she was in the hospital and everything. He tried to cook. My grandma was like, oh, hell, you about to kill those kids. Let me come over and cook for you. But he did things, you know what I'm saying? He tried. He would clean up. He would fold clothes, do laundry. Whenever, you know, like whenever she was sick. Remember when we went to Colombia? And you was like, man, you took care of me, man. You was like all on your deathbed and shit.
I
learned that from the men in my family.
Yeah, and I tell the story real quick. This is one of the reasons I fuck with this guy. You know, we was passport brothers before anybody was saying anything about him. I'm like, why niggas telling shit? So we in Colombia, and I think it was like maybe the second or third night. I know it was fucking real fucking early. And I think I caught COVID over that bitch, man.
It's like 2016, 17.
Nah, bro, it was 2020, man.
No, we ain't going 2020. We went in 2018. I got the thing on my Snapchat, man, because we went again in 2019 with Block. And
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, well, I was fucked up. I was dying over that motherfucker, I thought. And you know, as a man, you like, oh shit, I'm fucked up. I'm like, I'm gonna go. He like, man, just chill. I'm gonna go get you right. This nigga nursed me back to health. Went and got soup, Pedialyte, all types of shit. You know, he did his thing, but and I was just like, you know, as a man, you're not comfortable with men nursing men back to health. And like you said, you learn that from the men in your family. And even going on a trip with a man, like he said, tell him about that, about your or just in meeting a woman that would have to understand that.
Yeah, growing up, you know, like my stepdad and his friends, he was, you know, he go on trips. They go take us camping, take the boys camping, take us to Emerald Point. If y'all know what Emerald Point is, Carowinds or whatever. Like we would
let the folks see your handsome face sometime.
We would do like go to conventions and things like that, but it'd be male groups. It'd be like a male thing. It was never women around when we would do these things. So I learned early how to travel with men. And then when I was in the military as well, you know, like me and my homeboys, we take trips because I was living overseas. So we would take trips to Amsterdam, Spain, Germany, or whatever. We catch a train and we would go, like 3-4 of us. So we backpacked through Eastern Europe. So it was, I was used to that.
And as a man, as a friend, it would be times that he would call me and be like, yo, what's up? And be talking. I'd be like, well, what you call me for? And he like, I just called you. You know what I'm saying? And it made me a better friend. Or times that guys, friends, or our little crew, niggas say, hey, man, y'all want to go catch the movie or go to a comedy show? I'm like, man, I ain't going to no comedy show with no goddamn men. You know what I'm saying? But now we do stuff like that.
And you know what's so crazy though? He wouldn't go to a comedy show, or he wouldn't go out to the movies, or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that with dudes. But the motherfucker invite all of us over to eat.
Yeah, that's different.
No, it's not. You cooking for us.
Yeah. Yeah, in my own way, my uncles and
Right.
shit used to cook for the
I mean,
family, so
yeah,
I
they
looked
did
at it
too.
like shit. I'm just being a good dude, but what it is, I'm doing what I was comfortable with.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah,
What I'm getting at is this though. I thought it was kind of like an oxymoron that you would invite dudes over
yeah,
and
exactly.
cook for them
Yeah,
like a woman calling
yeah,
everybody.
exactly. I get it. I
You
get
know
it.
what I mean? But then that's the duality
Mm-hmm.
of, you know what I'm saying, that's what's showing the difference in our upbringing
Yeah,
on what you're surrounded by and what you saw versus what I would see.
which is how I can understand me being married. My guy Hop, he said something earlier. I'm gonna scroll up because he grew up with a mama and a daddy. So I want to get a perspective. I'm seeing a lot of guys that grew up with a mama and a daddy. It's almost like it's not that women ain't bad. It's just they can see the idea of it not being ideal for them. He said she wanted me to give all my time. I'm a day trader and investor. I don't have time for that bullshit on FaceTime and the phone all goddamn day.
Yeah.
So at some point, Hop, if I can put this link up, I want to have you and him kind of rap, or any other man that's grew up with two parents, because I'm starting to see this idea of the single naturally. I believe at some point my mind, I'm not going to say was corrupted, but was influenced by women to be a gentleman and be married. You know what I'm saying? Like be married, da 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 da, or me even being able to be a stepfather, being a man that wished I had a stepfather,
Yeah.
so it wasn't hard for me to be a stepfather.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas all the guys I'm knowing that's grew up with a mama and daddy say they wouldn't be a stepfather, and I'm seeing a trend of those brothers not wanting to be married.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
here's the crazy part. This is the insane part. This is the insane part. Women, if you're listening, hold on to your G strings. All right, don't get all up in the frizzy. But my parents, both of them, my mom and my stepdad, said never marry a woman with kids.
My wife tell her sons that, and she was a goddamn woman with kids that got married.
Right.
And your mom is too.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I said, why not? From his perspective, he said, because now you have to deal with all of these other personalities
Mm-hmm.
in this relationship.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was cool. You know what I'm saying?
And when you're saying your dad, you're talking about your stepdad.
My biological father. He was cool. Him and my stepdad had a great relationship.
Yeah.
But he's, you know what I'm saying, he's experienced dealing with women with kids where he's had to deal with bullshit from the baby daddy or whatever, right? So he was like, you know, you're going to have that perspective. Then you're going to have that thing where you're trying to teach the kid to do something and you get that that's not your kid. Which I've dealt with that with women or whatever, right? For my mom, she's like, it's not fair for a woman to have you spend your resources on her children, especially if you already have kids, because now you're taking food out of your kid's mouth and putting it into her home.
You know what's so ironic? Like you said, such an oxymoron type shit. Your mom and Chris got their motherfucking husband. Fuck it up for all the damn future generations. What up, Hop? Talk to us, man.
What up, family? What up? What's going on, Jamal? Long time no see, fam. Good to see you.
You too, man. Hey, you missed it. I knew you were on that last one, but we'll catch up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Hop, you might need to turn your phone down a little bit, but check this out. We talking about men that grew up with a mama and daddy, and how these men are in their 40s and still single, and men that grew up with just a mother tended to get married earlier on in life. That's, you know, and that's what I'm starting to see, because I have a lot. Remember I said I don't know no low lives. So as I start having my show, I'm going to have some brothers come on, some single brothers, and had a sisters vet y'all brothers, you know what I'm saying? Just for fun. There's a lot of women out here in the world that are like, you know what I'm saying? But why is it that and what do you think about having two parents is stopping brothers from getting married? It's a lot of brothers with two parents in their 40s ain't married. and don't really see it right now happening. What from your take, what is it? You heard us talk.
I mean, I'm one of them. I'm 39, but I'll be 40 in April. So, I believe it's all subjective and perspective based on your influence. Like you said, that's what you wanted. That's what you idolized. You know what I mean? Because it was something that was missing in your life. With brothers like me and Jamal, you know, my parents was married 42 years before my pops passed. So it's just that it's like brothers like us, like with me, speaking for me, it's just you're not gonna put up with certain things. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put up with things that I didn't see. Like I've never in my life seen my mom and my dad argue. Like I've never seen my mom raise her voice at my daddy. I never seen my dad disrespect my mom. And it's like the times that we're living in now, it's like, yo, that's the norm. You know what I mean? Like that's all you see. Women going back and forth and men arguing with women. I'm like, I'm so out of touch with that. Like I can't even really fathom it. I can't even understand it. I can't process it when I
you
see
scared
it.
you gonna peel somebody's onion back one day, huh?
Yeah, I can't do that, bro. So it's like I said in the chat, the last chick I was with, you know what I mean? I told her from the jump, look, I'm a day trader, I'm an investor, and I spend a lot of time in front of charts and in the markets and monitoring the market. So I can't give you, you know, all of my time, a lot of time. I can make time for you, but you know, I can't just be up under you or with you all the time because then I'm not doing what I need to do to get where I want to be. And you know, in the beginning, it was cool in the beginning, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of them think that they can change you or you know what I mean because they look good up because she was bad. She was bad. And she was thorough. But that shit don't really mean nothing because you know they come a dime a dozen. It's plenty of thoroughbreds out there or bad bitches out there, bad chicks, should I say. So I'm not impressed by the looks, so to say. It's not all about the looks. It's about, you know, it's about it's about the connection. Can you support me and, you know, my dreams and my visions and where I'm trying to get? And you know what I mean? I can be there for you to provide and protect. But as far as all that other shit, I ain't with that shit, bro. I just can't do it.
So let me ask you something. Would you be a stepdaddy?
Yeah, I've been a stepdaddy before. Yeah, I've been a stepdaddy before.
But you won't marry to the woman.
Nah.
So that's really like you wouldn't.
Yeah. Like
you know
being through that experience, you know what I mean, a few times, and where I'm at in life now, I probably wouldn't do it. She had to be a hell of a woman for me to take on that responsibility. Because like what Jamal was saying, it's like imagine what he was saying about imagine your kid coming up and cursing you out and then turn around and asking you for $20. It's like a lot of these women now want you to be, you know, the sole provider and the protector, but they still want to talk to you any kind of way. And that's just crazy to me. Like I can't understand that. You know what I mean? Like I refuse to be the sole provider and, you know, you doing all of that and not shutting the fuck up when I ask you to shut the fuck up.
So let me put that other link up there. Let me put the link. It's another brother up here said he had a mom and daddy coming up. So Jamal, go ahead. Hopefully that brother can come in and add on to the conversation.
I don't even want to have to tell you to shut the fuck up. You should just know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know when to shut the fuck up. You know, I know when to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I know when I start hearing crickets, like, let me go ahead. What'd you say about that trash now? Or whatever. So I know when to shut the fuck up. My parents taught me when to shut the fuck up. So I just think that I shouldn't even have to even say it. It should just be something that's known, that's done.
As I sit here and listen at you guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. And my wife can hit the link and she could come up and she can give her take on this because it's always good to have a female perspective or any female that You know what I'm saying? As the show go on, we're gonna continue at men style right now, but as the show get in, you know, just for the sake of views and sake of perspective. But man, as I'm listening at y'all guys, my wife can tell you, I know that y'all know my wife, and for lack of a better word, my homies just kind of feel like, man, you train Chris to be, and I always say you have to train a woman.
Well, she has to be receptive, though.
Yeah.
She has to be open.
But let me make my point. My point. My point is the training, the shit that it took me to train Chris. Man, I done thought about leaving her ass so many goddamn times. But I had the idea of wanting to be married. But I've always had other women that I could just leave her for that could put me in a better situation, or just not have to, or a bitch that you might not have to train. But what I'm realizing, y'all guys are saying, y'all grew up with a mother and father. Y'all don't want to train no bitch. Y'all want a bitch to come raised, prepackaged, knowing to shut the fuck up because you can't beat a man's ass. I done had to fake scare my wife, snatch the TV off the wall to make the bitch shut up. You know what I'm saying? Feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So y'all boys, it's like, if the motherfucker seen mouthy, and see, I come up with that single mother. And this is a good conversation. We're gonna have to delve more into these aspects, because as I listen, I come up with that single mother, seeing my mother be a G, fight a nigga, talk shit. My mama worked, took care of business, handled. So when I met Chris had that swag to her like my mother had. So I like the fact that the bitch might talk a little shit to me, but I said, shut the fuck up, but she'll shut the fuck up. But I didn't realize that won't the fucking right shit to be fucking wanting the bitch to talk back to you.
But that goes back into what I was saying about single parent boys, single parent mother boys, right? They're built for these women out here because they're accustomed to, you done heard this shit all your life. You didn't deal with that shit like it ain't even trauma to you no more. It's just normal. If motherfucking don't cuss you out and threaten to hit you over the head with a pen or some shit, then that shit it ain't normal.
Hey, bro, this shit is funny to me because I'm realizing right now on camera that I'm one of these niggas that was raised by a single mother that I don't like drama. I definitely don't like drama, but I realized that if I would have had a mama and daddy growing up, I probably wouldn't have got married as early, and I definitely would have picked Chris black ass.
That's what I was about to say, fam. You took the words out my mouth, because I was about to say that's why. That's why I said that. That's why I said that it is. That's why I said that it's subjective based off of off your experience and influence. Because I was going to say, had you grew up with a father with that example in your household, you probably would have left Chris ass.
And look, I'm gonna tell you what's funny though. I'm gonna tell you what's funny, how the difference is split. Because I didn't grow up with a father in the house, but I watched my granddaddy be me. I watched my granddaddy have a wife that every now and then he had to tell us, hey, God damn it, you're gonna do what I just now telling you. Once he said that, the fucking dog get quiet. You know what I'm saying? The crickets stopped croaking. So I've seen my granddaddy just be a man that's just was like, shit, my woman gonna do what I say, but I'm gonna have other women. And that's who I became. But I wasn't gonna put up with no bullshit, but I looked at it like a man. Like I literally have always kept a threat over Chris' head. Do what I say or you're gonna lose me. Like as a man, I feel like the men back in the day slap the shit out of their wife if they don't listen. I ain't hit no woman, so I just felt like, hey, listen, when you get too out of line, look, do the shit like I say, or you're not gonna have a husband.
You know what's so crazy?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's so crazy is, in all honesty, the majority of men back in the day didn't have to smack their wife.
Didn't at all.
You know why they didn't have to smack their wife?
Because they was raised with a mama and goddamn daddy.
Not just that. The job market.
Oh boy, you pissed stupid. She knew it wasn't no other way to goddamn eat.
It wasn't no way to eat.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's
if you look at how our society is, like the way that the job markets are now, shit, she go out here and make $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 just like I can, doing the same shit that I can do. Or whatever, right? So back then, They already knew if he leave, who gonna take care of the kids? That's how
Yeah.
come they could run around and have about 20 different kids by 20 different women, and there really wasn't no issue.
So
But
let me
then-
ask you something real quick. Both of y'all, well, I got both of y'all on here. We live in an era, like y'all said, a woman can go out and make great money. These women are educated. We know we got beautiful women out here, all races, natural women, black women. We know this. Me, I guess, because I'm looking at my homies, I'm like, y'all are guys that could get a beautiful mate. And I know that there's no shortage. What is it about the women now? Because I know there are I know I see women on my Facebook page, right? That's educated, got their own job, got their own house, own their own home. You know what I'm saying? When y'all meet these women, these what we think are decent women, not hoeing, not twerking all over the world, what is it that make them not worthy?
Because they're doing everything you think they ain't doing.
Okay, we'll talk about it. Y'all talk about it. And then Hop, you answer that.
They twerking, they horn. They just ain't putting their shit on social media.
Okay, that's cool.
No, what I mean is like through a conversation, right? Through a conversation, you can find out a lot about a person.
Okay, talk to me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Explain, because
So
I think I see about. I think as a dude, literally, I think I could start a dating show of women that I think are good, eligible women that follow me on Facebook.
But that's because of your perspective of them. But then when you sit down and have a conversation with them, and you start talking about
that's I want you to break that down as a
dating
single
history,
man.
when you start talking about that dating history, it's a totally different story.
So they be just fucked up in the
I don't
head.
want to talk about my last. I mean,
okay.
I don't want to talk, whatever. I met several women. They seemed like they were great, what I'm saying, like really cool, dope women. I thought they were open and honest. And we sit down and we start having a conversation, and there's a part where that part right there is not to be talked about.
And that's when you know they don't know how to communicate and take no accountability for anything.
So that's a rare flag.
Wow. And see, that's something me as a black man, as I do my show,
absolutely.
have brothers like y'all on. I want women to understand, listen, our biggest problem with y'all and the biggest problem that these men have in dealing with y'all and trying to date y'all is you guys don't know how to communicate and won't tell the truth about how something really makes you feel. So we can look down the corridor of time and see that this is not going to work, because this is the thing. Men, we go by what we think. That's a principle. That's a code. Let's say, for example, I could be broke. I'm going to use a real crude, rude, stupid example so you can get my point. How I feel about being gay, how I think about it, how I was taught, you couldn't make me want to be gay. You could offer me $30 million and my feelings would say, damn, I could think about that. I feel like, but how I think about the act of doing something gay and my principle I feel on that, and I can't do it. Whereas women go with their feelings on every situation, so they're never moving in truth because they never want to express their true feelings.
Check this out. I'm about to you see this? Post this, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole Dandridge. She just posted this, right? It says, is it because she has a past or not being able to talk about it? If you can't talk about yesterday, if you can't talk about the things in your life, if there's a trauma there or whatever, that means that you're not ready to move forward. That means that you need to get some type of therapy, because that's going to cause a problem later on down the road in your relationship. There's nothing that a woman can ask me about, and I wouldn't tell her. I don't have any secrets in my life, because I'm that confident in who I am and what I've done, because I did it.
And it's almost like if she can't talk about something in her past, she may not be able to talk to you about something that happens in the future.
Exactly.
Hop, I want you to break that down. When you meet a woman that you think is a beautiful woman, got everything going for herself, blah, 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 you know, all the things that men think. And what is it, that thing that to you that makes it hard to deal with? You know what I'm saying? Or makes you
For
say, "Oh,
me,
nah, this I just know this ain't nothing." Yeah.
for me, man, it's the lack of stimulating conversation. Like for me, I like to talk about stimulating shit, bro, like meaningful shit, something that serves a purpose. So when I'm talking to a chick, man, I'm talking about world events, economic, investing, generational wealth and shit like that. And most of the time, you like it's a dead conversation. Like I give you an example. Chick I used to talk to, she was a hairstylist, and I help her get everything set up. From I taught her how to get a Duns and Brads number, get a business credit going. How to start getting business credit lines, and all this stuff, right? And this was over a course of like 6 months. I had been telling her everything to do, everything to do. And so she finally decided that she was going to, take my advice. And we went to the bank one day to open up a business account. And this damn, can I say cracker?
Yeah, sure.
What
Fuck 'em.
this white guy, this white guy, the banker that was helping us, literally told her word for word all the things that I had been telling her for the last 6 months, fam. And do you know this chick sit there and smiled in this cracker face, ha ha kiki, like he was a god. Fam, I got up and left her in the bank. I ain't never talked to her again. It's shit like that for me that if we can't have a stimulating conversation, if you can't let me guide you and give you the steps to accomplish something and achieve the goals that you set out for yourself, then yeah, I'm turned off, bro. I can't even deal. That's what it is for
And
me.
you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy about that, Hop? You can see it in the raising of the men now. Because the same way he's saying, I'm telling this woman this, and the third, because I do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do the same thing with the men in this generation, and they don't listen to you, and they'll go and talk to somebody else, and that person to give them the same information you gave them, and next thing you know, they're like, oh yeah, let me go out and do this now. But why was the information bad when I gave it to you?
And that's one thing that I know, and that's why I say I want to have a show where men and women can talk to each other, because we done been against each other long enough now. We need to be able to sit down and the world see us talk to each other, shed tears, cry, be honest, and be open about certain situations or how we feel. Women need to see this. Women need to hear this. Men need to be able to tell women how they feel. And more than anything, I want women to be able to just say, look, it's time for us to be friends again. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, if time is a father, because time don't give a fuck about you.
No.
That's why time is a man. That's why they call time. Mother Nature's, she feeds you all that shit, but she can get mad too. That's why you know what I'm saying? Mother Nature didn't give female strength. She gave her sons her strength. Because she know if I gave a woman the wrath of a man, she'd kill the children and the men and start a new family every other fucking week. You see what I'm saying? So if forgiveness and love was a thing, I would think it would be a female. So as men, we're going to have to be able to openly communicate and let them come to the table, because if we need some forgiveness and some love and compassion in our race, do you think that's going to come from the man side or the female side? Right now, men are really having to hold a female thing of saying, let's come on back together, family. That's what the women supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So we in a situation where it's so much lack of male leadership. Like you was just saying, the kids are being raised to be like that.
Yeah.
So we going back into slavery, man, because we ain't gonna be able to procreate for long.
It's crazy. I enjoy having conversations with women. It's just when it gets to a point where the over talking and although I
Now,
get
women scared to
although
act like that on my show.
no, I'm no,
I know
no,
we ain't
no.
gonna
I'm
have
just
none of
saying,
that.
no. What I'm saying is just in a conversation or whatever, right? When it comes to fact, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I don't give a fuck about his feelings, any female's feelings. Facts over feelings. And a lot of people don't want to believe it. And I'll tell you all day long, you don't have to believe it. That's your choice. That's your right. You don't have to believe something that's true.
So let me ask you something. Both of y'all aren't married, but you have kids. Does having kids already take some of the pressure off because you got a legacy? You know what I'm saying? What if you guys didn't have kids? Do you think you would be more pressured to want to be married to have kids, or what?
If I didn't have kids, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing.
You'd probably be somewhere laid up on the fucked.
I'm gonna just be honest, right? You know, like if I didn't have kids,
How many kids you got?
I got one.
Okay.
I got one, and it wouldn't change too much about my life or whatever, right? It's just I have more time to myself.
Yeah.
Be more selfish. I would probably have a lot more than what I have now because I have that lack of accountability for another being.
Yeah.
But having that accountability for that other being, there are a lot of jobs and things that I've turned down.
Yeah.
And I'm still in North Carolina
Yeah.
because I don't want to be like I was as a kid, catching the Greyhound from Michigan to North Carolina.
Yeah.
You know,
I got it. I got it. So
yeah, I agree with
does
that.
having
Yeah,
kids,
absolutely.
Hop, same question for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I feel the same
So
way. Jamal.
let me ask you this.
I probably would never come back to the States. I'd probably just be a world traveler and just hitting everything I can hit.
Yeah. You remember I lived overseas from 18 to 24. I was living in a foreign country. I was already seeing shit that motherfuckers couldn't even think of. I was doing shit motherfuckers dreamt of. Motherfuckers still dreaming about that shit. So I already witnessed when I came back to America, I'm still fucked up.
Yeah.
Because when I came back, the attitude of American women versus being in a foreign country, because everybody's nice. Like the shit that's over, like the shit that you would see is romantic, right? Imagine this, women. It's raining outside, and this man comes up in the bicycle to pick you up on the back of his bike.
Yeah.
And take you on a date. That shit is creepy over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You a broke ass nigga, you do some shit like that over here.
And them women love it.
And then women
and they
love
so
it.
dainty and sweet.
They love it.
And marry you and cook, clean, and raise your kids. And y'all only went on some goddamn picnics.
You just take her through the park and tell her how beautiful she is. And she loves that shit.
They appreciate men.
Over here, there's no appreciation for men because it died. It died with Married with Children.
I'm gonna tell you something that I experienced when I went to Japan. I have never seen, and it's not because they little. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they go, oh, it's because they are so fucking dainty and feminine. Just the whole, hi. It's like they there's nothing about them that seems. You see what I'm saying?
What does that mean? Jazzy, what does that mean?
Facts over, he's a hurting man that's not real. I don't know. She got to more expound on that.
Yeah, you gotta explain that to me. But like I said, this shit died with Married with Children. A lot of people don't know that. Y'all ever seen Married with Children?
Yeah.
Every white woman in our high school and the older women wanted to be like Peggy and Kelly Bundy.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, Peggy was wearing those leggings.
Yeah.
And all that shit. So every woman emulated Kelly and Peggy Bundy.
Wanting to make a man life miserable.
Now, here's the crazy thing. Black women emulate white women. They just add their twist to what white women do.
Mm-hmm.
So they emulated Kelly and Peggy Bundy.
Yeah, I always say that we as black people, why don't we understand that we are actually white? We are American.
We are
American
black,
culture.
We are the black version
of white folks.
People, white Americans.
Yes.
Because if you go
what do we think we are?
We are now I'll tell you this, because of our history here, we are the biggest influences in the world.
Yeah.
But our education, if you was educated in 1964 in the United States of America, you was indoctrinated into white supremacy.
And our TV, think about this. Think about this. And we ain't gonna get too off. I want to, but we think we as fans can tell billionaires we ain't gonna watch football unless you do what we tell you to do. That's some of the whitest shit you can ever do on fucking earth right there. You tell a motherfucker what to do. God damn. I don't understand how white we don't understand we are. Listen, we want y'all to do this or we gonna be upset.
Yeah,
But give Kaepernick a job.
Yeah. But it's just that. But you gotta remember where all this came from. All this still stems from the influence of having women become the head of the house structure.
So let me ask y'all this: as y'all move forward, Hop, you got 2 daughters, so they say your daughter's gonna always be straight. Do you guys consider having and this is a question I have, because just because you ain't married don't mean you ain't got a damn bitch that'll wipe your ass if you get sick. So discuss that as far as growing old and
I'm good.
What no, I want you to just when you say you're good, do you got insurance? I mean, or
know,
will your
VA
mama take care of you, or
The VA take care of me. They give me money for a housekeeper if I get sick.
Okay.
They give me
yeah, that's why I said when you say you good, break it down, and we want to understand.
So with the VA, that's like I was told, the military ain't a place for a black man, but then the rebuttal was, well, where is a place for a black man, right? And the guy influenced me, Salahuddin, rest in peace. He was like, hey man, go in the military, you get your benefits, disability, your kids take care of, you take care of for the rest of your life. And that's what happened. And as I started reading stuff through the VA manual, I realized that once I get to a certain age, if I need living assistance or if I need a nurse, they'll give me assistance for a nurse.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is you don't feel a pressure to have a mate because the VA, you don't mind being an old motherfucker that's, you know what I'm saying?
I see my granddad was 101 when he died.
I see
His
what
wife
you're saying.
died when he was 50 years old.
Okay, so Hop, same question for you as far as wanting to grow old or having somebody that's there with you in your old age, or like you saw your mom and dad.
Yeah, it ain't really no concern for me either, fam. It's like, yo, I can take care of myself, and if I do get to that, when I do hopefully get to that age that I can't, then yeah, my health benefits and insurance is outstanding. I come from a military family too, so Pops left us straight. We sitting down here on about 20 acres. I'm actually visiting Mom Dukes now, so I'm in North Carolina now. Yeah, we sitting on about 20 acres, and we got plenty of land, and the health benefits is out of this world.
He lost connection.
So basically, it's kind of like this. Even let's just be real. As men, we'll live in the fucking corner, and whatever the results, decisions of our life, we deal with.
When I was 26, I was sleeping in my car, taking showers at the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was in my car taking showers at the gym. If I can live doing that, I ain't worried about when I get old, what's gonna happen.
Yeah, like I said, basically as men, we can so what we're starting to understand is we're seeing a tide in the turn, a turn in the tide into what we're going to be telling young black men as far as marriage.
Yeah.
And relationships.
I tell men
and what you're telling your son. So speak on that. Hop, we can't hear you, man.
I tell my son, you got the mute. It's on mute.
Oh, okay. Boy, you seeing shit I don't even see. Oh, it's right there.
Hold up, Hop. Hit it.
All right.
There it is.
Okay, yeah. So check this out. So, Hop, we're gonna give you the same question in a second because we want to see. Talking about posterity, the future. What are you telling your sons about marriage and dating? Because I'm seeing that the whole traditional, like my thought process, you know what I'm saying, and that's dying. So, what are you telling your son as far as marriage and
Well, what I tell my son is, like, because he sees my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So his grandparents have been married for 42 years. So for him, he sees that marriage right there. And he's like, well, why are they married? Why are these people not married or whatever, right? And I tell him it's all about compatibility. And, my parents, my stepdad and my mom, they talk to him about it. But I tell them, hey, don't be in the rush to get married. Don't be in the rush to have a relationship. Don't be in the rush to have sex, because there are things that come with that. Don't do things you can't afford at an early age, because then you have to deal with the consequences of it. Focus on your education and getting what you need to get for yourself in order to survive in this world. Because once you get to 35 is when you hit you start having your incline to your financial earnings.
Yeah, you start. That's when we start to catch our value. So Hop, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So at that moment, that's when if you feel the need and you have the desire to be married, that's when you start looking at marriage and start looking at the women that you're dealing with. You should look at the women that you're dealing with now, even at 15. You should start looking at the little girls around you and their mentality. And even when you get older, always look at their mentality and how they view how men should do things or whatever, right?
So Hop, you got 2 daughters. As you talk to them about getting older and whatnot, and seeing the atmosphere, what are you saying to your daughters, or going to say as far as?
Well, my oldest daughter, right? She has a boyfriend. She didn't have her first boyfriend until she graduated high school, and then when she started talking to him, she introduced him to me, and she told him, she was like, "You're gonna have to meet my daddy approval if I'm a rock with you, and that's just how it is." And so I took him out to eat. I talked to him. I vetted him. Asked him about his people. I wanted to know about his upbringing, his background. He a pretty good guy. And so I just had a real conversation with the both of them. Told them about life, how this shit work. Told them, if y'all gonna be having sex, use protection. You don't want to bring no child in this world unprepared. Like, I just gave them the whole rundown. And so when I talk to my daughter, I give her life perspective from my view as a man. I tell her how men are, what to expect from men and what not to expect from men. And my daughter's always been very in tune with herself and the things that's going on around her. So yeah, man, that's what I do. I just tell them the truth and tell them what to expect from men and what not to expect. And I give them the example of my mother and my grandmother and my aunts, because all the women in my family were married or is married. So I judge a successful relationship or a successful marriage based off my parents' marriage. So I don't look to outside motherfuckers for marriage advice, because I do have the perfect example right in my household. You know what I mean? To me, what a successful marriage is simply until death do you part. If you stay together until death do you part, that means both of y'all honored y'all vows and did what the fuck you vowed to do.
Regardless of what the outside.
Successful marriage to me.
Yes, sir. And you know what, man? That right there is wonderful. I got one more question for y'all. Well, 2 more questions. The sister says, are these men looking to be in relationships, asking to get context? So meaning this, are you guys looking to be in a relationship? If you meet the right woman, you're not. Break that down. Or will you get married? Will you guys get married? Like, that's the question. Or are you looking to be in a relationship, and will you guys ever, do you desire to one day to get married if you find the right woman?
Honestly, for me, I really don't care either way. Or if that woman comes along or women come along, whichever one it may be, then so be it. But if they don't, then it's no sweat. I'm not in the desperation mode, or like,
it's gonna be some head over heels to love to the right woman.
It's gonna be some real shit. Because you hung out with me.
Yeah.
So,
Hop, are you looking to be in a relationship, or are you open to marriage?
Well, for me right now, I'm currently in an open relationship. We're in a polygamous relationship, and as far as marriage, we've spoken about it, and it wouldn't be the traditional marriage. It would be contract that me and her drew up based off our needs and our wants individually, and we gonna rock it like that.
Okay, last thing before we get out of here, since you guys are the single men that y'all are eligible, I want y'all to take us out. What advice would you give to the sisters who are looking to be in a marriage or find a good man from y'all perspective in the dating game? What game would y'all give the sisters that will help them out when they do meet a decent dude, so they don't scare them off or whatever?
Be yourself. Don't be who you think they want you to be. Because 9 times out of 10, when a woman is being what she thinks a man wants to be, she's putting on it's an act.
Mhm.
And you can't hold that act but so long, and then your true self is going to come out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of women out here that have some dispositions about them that I might not like, but there's a man out there for them. But if they're not who they are,
They never.
they never gonna find them. It's gonna be a man that's gonna take you for your flaws and all, or however you are. I would take a nasty, rude, authentic bitch over a fake one that's trying to be something that she thinks I want.
So, ladies, be unique. That means can't nobody be like you, goddammit. And if you be yourself, can't nobody be like you. That's so amazing. That's some of the dopest advice that I think I've ever heard a man give a woman. Just be your goddamn self, and you gonna meet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I'm not gonna be somebody else on the date. I'm gonna be the same motherfucker on the date that you're gonna have to deal with if we decide to go on that road that you're gonna have to deal with for the next X amount of years.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit and act like, I seen that. Did you see the guy Hop? He was crying in New York or somewhere about the lady stood him up.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm trying to be the man she wants me to be. And I was like, that's your fucking problem right there, dude.
Exactly. Then you got yourself. You get what you get. You know what I'm saying? Hop, what's the advice you got for the sisters?
Man, the best advice I can give the sisters is if you with that man and you say you love that man, respect that man, encourage that man, and support that man. And if you do those things, that man will fucking die for you. And it ain't no higher honor in the fucking universe than a man willing to lay down his fucking life for you. No higher honor.
Well, there it is, family. It's time to get out of here. Me and Jamal gonna be talking on Saturdays. With Sundays,
Sunday.
2:00, and we gonna get together as the men, and we gonna plan something. I'm gonna try to use my channel to do more and more conversations like this, real conversations. I'm just.
And I appreciate you calling me up, fam.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Joining.
Appreciate you joining in, man. Like I said, I think you're a good brother, somebody that I always will have on or use just for a perspective. And like I said, you fit the qualifications. You got a mama and a daddy, and you ain't married. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to get everybody's perspective. I'm gonna try to get IB on here one day and have the same conversation with him, because I want to start having some conversation with brothers. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, family. Y'all already know what the time it is.
Yo,
hold it down.
You know what? Before you even get off, you know what I'm mad at?
What's that?
You didn't get to get on those fresh and fit motherfuckers.
Oh yeah. Them niggas. You know what, man? What we realize is this: because social media has been monetized, everybody got an opinion about something, and no matter what, there are going to be a lot of people that will gravitate toward that caveat. That you see what I'm saying? Yeah. And man, it's so amazing that we have compromised conversation based on, like, I call it the Wendy Williams effect.
Yeah,
it's like right now I see this guy coming up on TikTok, and I ain't gonna lie, I watched him a couple of times, and it was funny when I first saw it. He got out of jail talking about fucking people in the ass and shit. And I watched a couple of times, little 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And I'm like, yo, this man is like the hottest thing on social media now, because he telling about prison. And you was a prison guard. So we'll talk with you about that one day. You know what I'm saying? But why do we want to have the guy that's talking about fucking men in the ass on our show for views?
Right.
It's like we are compromising ourselves as black men. Some of that I call the Charleston White effect. Well, niggas are arguing. When I see you, I'm gonna get you. Niggas ain't used to do that. Men used to be like, all right, but it's like men are it's showing our coattail that we'll talk about anything we interested in, such fuck shit. Like, it's like I didn't think men watch Jerry Springer, Maury Povich type shit. But it's like we're doing our own black version of this shit. and people tuning in like a motherfucker.
Hey, one more thing before we go. We do need to bring a woman up here before we leave.
Oh, any woman.
Let's bring Nicole, because Nicole's like, bring me on.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
hear Nicole, because Nicole done has some shit to say throughout the whole
Nicole,
show.
all you got to do is click that link right there. You see that link right there, Nicole Dandridge. Boom. She's on Facebook, so it's not a Facebook link up though. It's not. Or is it?
She's gonna have to come to YouTube.
She's gonna have to come to YouTube. Nicole, come to my YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's not a link for her to come on.
Hey, George, you're right. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you, like, I'll be laughing at Fresh and Fit. You know, like, he brings like some of the most ignorant women on there, to make himself look smarter.
Yeah, of course,
right?
Of course.
But at the same time, he's saying, I don't want to go there, but I want you to,
I got money.
Yeah, but he's like, I'm supposed to provide and protect and take care of you. I'm kind of like, well, sounds like you want to go digger to me.
That's why regular men like us got to step up and have real conversations and change the landscape. Because everybody know that boy, that's the goddamn pussy ass nigga, man.
Yeah.
Anybody can look at this motherfucker. Anybody can know when they talking to a pussy ass nigga, man.
It's like, yeah, I look at those. I look at the commentary on TikTok. And
I couldn't even sit around and like y'all was talking about the conversation with a woman. Man, I done seen them guys ask them women to name 3 countries, and the bitch said Africa or some shit. So I understand exactly what y'all mean when y'all say I couldn't sit around no goddamn women like that, man. Nicole, go to YouTube, Javon M. Clark. Go to my page, Javon on YouTube. If you want to come in, sister. Now look, I got you live on camera. This is when we gonna show how much they worth. And I'm gonna put you on the spot, goddamn it, since we're sitting here. You wanna be on here, you stay in my inbox. Go to the goddamn YouTube and come on. Is you that lazy, or are you that used to Facebook? It's conventional method you don't want to change.
It's like, I want to type in YouTube.
Come on, yeah, come on. That's what we mean when we say you want to come on. Goddamn it, come on. I know it's taking you a little time. Because I kept on saying,
he's like, put me on. You know, you like.
I'm fucking with her now. She said, wait, so I'm gonna leave her alone.
And look, I am too. She was like the kid, like, hey, me.
Yeah.
me. Like, get the hall pass.
She said she stay in my inbox. I'm trying to figure out who it is, because you know people got this. Well, Nicole Dandridge, I don't know if that's her name on Facebook. Look, see, you see what I mean?
I'm not camera ready.
Now watch this. Watch this. Perfect example. She's doing it on live of why she would not be a candidate for anybody to date. Talking. I want to be on. Let me in. Soon as we told her she had to switch from Facebook to YouTube, she not camera ready now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, look, got somebody that's you scared gonna see it on YouTube. I'm fucking with you. But look, you see the in and out and the back and forth.
Hey, to be honest with you, Nicole, men don't give a fuck about if you camera ready. We don't care about your makeup. We don't care about your nails. We don't give a damn about none of that.
She said we just talked on the phone. Is this the sister with the podcast, Troy? Man, bring your blanket. Then look, now look, for the last 5 minutes, it's been about her. She done got the attention she need. God damn it, boy. Y'all just proved me.
I told you have a conversation and everything. It's like
Nicole, you did it. She said, yes, that's her. Yeah. Come on.
Don't do a red flag thing, Nicole.
And look, she asked me to be on her podcast. I talked to her in the inbox. I told her I would be on her podcast. Now she won't even come on my podcast after talking all that shit, asking to be on the podcast. And when we tell her she got to switch, she ain't camera ready. Yeah. If you was on goddamn Facebook, you was camera ready.
Hey, you know
look, do this real quick. Hop, I want you and Jamal. She coming to give y'all perspective of what just happened and what do y'all see about that as a woman. Hop, you first.
Oh, she a headache out the gate. She a headache. I ain't dealing with that. No, sir. She indecisive, can't make up her mind. First you say bring me up, now you ain't camera ready. That seemed a little crazy to me. How you asked to get brought up, but then you ain't camera ready?
Yeah. Is he still alive? I'll go kill
He
him.
gone.
He did?
He gone.
Okay.
Hey, you look. It's
She
like
need
this,
got,
right?
you give her your advice,
my
Jamal.
thing is this. I just talked to one of my friends last night. She came over. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Without the makeup.
And this is gonna be part of my show too. Man advice for women, single men.
She's beautiful without the makeup. She done put the
Mhm.
makeup on, the eyebrows and everything to come over and see me. And I looked at her. I said, "What the fuck you got that on for?" She was like, "Oh, you know, I had to do it because I was coming to see." I don't give a fuck about that. I think you look better without the shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Yes,
know, like
dude.
you put this in your, and you, everything is in your head. The appeal, the how people are gonna view you. The reason you gotta get camera ready is because you don't put in your head, if I don't look like this when I get on the camera, ain't nobody gonna like me. Well, guess what? A motherfucker gonna have to wake up and see your ass in the morning. And we don't like waking up seeing the different bitch that we went to bed
Or
with the
they
night before.
think this is what they do too. And I say it all the time because I said this lady said her husband said change her outfit, and she said he's insecure. They will put on something, and in their mind, this is what the world like.
Yeah, and it ain't.
This is what the world and they gonna like this, and can go
It's
out
crazy
and
y'all
don't get
get on
no
this topic.
compliment, huh?
It's crazy y'all got on this topic because I was literally just having this same conversation with my daughter's mom yesterday at her birthday party and some of her homegirls. And I was telling them, like, man, y'all put all that shit on and we don't even like that shit. Like, we literally don't like that shit. We think the shit makes y'all look like a clown, ugly, all these fucking long eyelashes and this fake baby hair you got laid on the front. We think it makes you look like a clown. Do y'all not recognize that and realize that? And they was like,
hey man, I'm so glad we
Wow.
didn't end the show because look, this is a perfect example of single men saying they don't like this shit and they still go against it because they care about what the other people think.
The other women think.
So how
other
can you
women
be in a
think?
relationship with something like that?
Hey, look, but I remember one day my mom, she never wore makeup, right? So one day we was out and there was this white lady, she had this rosy red cheeks, you know, that shit, whatever, right? And my mom was like, "Oh, look at her makeup, it looks so nice," or whatever. I might do that to my face one day. And my stepdad looked at her and say, "So you gonna put on some makeup?" And she was like, "Yeah." He was like, "You know who wear makeup, right?" She said, "Who?" He was like, "Clowns. Clowns wear makeup."
Exactly.
Clowns and Yankees.
Look, my mom got quiet so quick.
Ain't nobody mad at a little lipstick or maybe a little eyeshadow, but the shit they doing is goddamn, man.
But look, she got quiet so quick, right? She didn't say nothing. So then when we got back to the house, she was like, "You know, you're right. Clowns do wear makeup." She was hot though. She was hot for like, about a good 10 minutes. She was really, she was mad.
Hey, look at that girl. Look at that girl. That girl ain't coming in. Hey, look, I'm gonna send her to the nation. She says she be in my inbox all the time. I'm a nation. I ask just for the fuck up because of the show. I mean, because I think she just took up a lot of time and playing, and I just think that's
because now she's like, "You messing me up." How, Nicole, if
y'all messing with, I need guidance, Nicole.
How'd you get messed up? Like,
listen,
how'd you get messed up? Oh, you been on your way for like 10
I got
minutes.
a studio session coming up. The fucking nation. You see, my wife just put that up. I got a studio session coming up, so I'm gonna give you goddamn 30 seconds, about 1 minute to come on in here just to save your face, or you gonna be the fucking Secretary of Defense in the nation. I'm gonna give you a good position though. Since you like to go back and forth.
Good, huh?
Oh boy, you gonna be the motherfucking secretary. I got my phone. I'm getting my phone now so I can do it. So she can't even get out of the situation.
She's gonna be making the fruit of black.
I got that motherfucker set up, ready for her black ass right now. Come on, you better bring your black ass in there. Talk about I be in this inbox. It took 2 seconds to get on YouTube.
Yeah, Michelle. I think Michelle came over from Facebook.
Okay, yeah. Michelle finna put her ass. Michelle, like, get rid of her. Michelle, you tell it on. Michelle, you tell her. Michelle said she could have nation her ass. She should have been here. Come on over here, Nicole Dan. I got my finger set up on the Facebook.
Hey, but
I'm in the
then
messenger now. That shit said
But you see
block
how-
for messenger and all. Yeah.
you see how she tried to you see how she tried to flip it though.
Oh, you trying to find the link? Let me put it up one more time for you.
You see how
Good
she
God
tried to.
Almighty.
You see how she tried.
They don't
to,
respond to number drama and trauma. Now this is some drama and trauma.
Absolutely.
See that?
Hey,
Absolutely.
you see how she tried
That
to
was the
flip it
link
though?
right
She's
there.
like she blamed Javon. She was like, "You messing me up."
Yeah.
Hold on.
There it is right there. Let's see, can we trauma her on in? That trauma, they love that trauma. They love drama and trauma. I say it all the time, and we're
Hey,
going to have some
Drama
women
and trauma.
on,
Women
and
love
they
a
need to
project.
hear us as men say that.
Hey, they love a project too.
Hey.
Women see a broke down ass man with no teeth, and they be like, "Ooh, let me take him home and fix him up." And they take him home and fix him up, and then you out there with.
All right,
another
look,
bitch.
let me see if I got a timer. I think this shit might have a time over here. This is going to be beautiful. I'm going to put the camera on the phone when I hit In the Nation too. Look, there go the link right there. She's still talking in Facebook. Hold on, let's see.
have mercy.
Ticker. Is there a ticker?
Yeah, there's a ticker. Create a banner.
That's a ticker. Yeah.
You just got to create a banner right here at the bottom.
Okay.
You better bring your ass, Nicole.
You got to put something in there.
Oh, fuck it. We're
Your
going to
ass
count
is
this
on
shit
your way
down.
to the nation land.
Everybody, we gonna start at look. Let me.
It's right here on the live, right there. 132.18.
Hey, fam, you gotta
Okay.
make a nation song. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm
come
gonna make a
up with-
nation song.
Hello, Black Nation. How you doing? Nicole going. You said you couldn't come to YouTube. Said you can't come to YouTube.
Said
you
you
stuck on
cannot
Facebook
come.
too.
Nation,
Bye, Nicole.
Nation.
You're going to Black Nation.
Yes, sir, Jack.
nation.
It's the Nation song.
You are in purgatory now, but you will be in the nation at 1:33:30. You got 30 seconds, sweetheart.
You sent that
Got
girl
the-
to the nation.
Send that girl to the nation.
You sent that girl home to the place that she needed to
She
be.
said she's gonna block her even on the phone.
I sent that.
Welcome to the nation.
Yeah, she ain't coming.
She's saying
She ain't
fuck.
coming.
Hey, Nicole, I'm going to give you an opportunity to get out of the nation. I'm going to hit you when we get off the live, and I'm going to have you come in, and I'm going to do a show with you, and we're going to have an open conversation. You said you need help. I want to talk to you live. I want you to share your experience, share your story. I want to counsel you right here on this motherfucking live. That's the only way I'm going to let you out of the nation. I'm going to hit you when we get off the phone. You said not today. That let me know you was pump faking. All right, we tried to give you a chance to shine. You done fucked around. But you know what, Nicole? We ain't too mad because we got to get out some good stuff. Look,
Yeah.
now she got
It's
work.
all
Cut
love.
the goddamn line.
It's
You
all
look,
love.
I'm telling you, I'm going to save you. Now you got work to do. You's a lying motherfucker, Jack. Boy, I
She
can't
keep
wait.
making it worse.
We gonna nickname her LTK.
Yeah.
Line to kick it.
Yes, sir. Goddamn, you ain't got the lie to kick it. What's Craig's girlfriend name? What's the girl? Felicia. You ain't got a lie, Felicia. God damn. Hey, Nicole, I'm gonna hit you up when we get off. All right, sweetheart. Y'all be good,
All
family.
right, peace.
This motherfucker.
All right, fam. Peace and love.